Good morning, everyone. Let's get right into the Word of God. So today we're going to be reading Deuteronomy chapter 18. The priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and his inheritance. Therefore shall they have no inheritance among their brethren. The Lord is their inheritance, as he has said unto them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be of ox or sheep. And they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the maw. The first fruit also of thy corn, of thy wine, and thine oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give him. For the Lord thy God hath chosen him out of thy tribes, to stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever. And if a Levite come from any of thy gates out of all of Israel, where he has sojourned, and come with all desire of his mind unto the peace which the Lord shall choose, then he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God, as all his brethren the Levites do, which stand there before the Lord. They shall have like portions to eat, beside that which cometh of the sale of his patrimony. When thou art come into thy land which the Lord thy giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfected with the Lord thy God. For these nations, which thou shalt possess, hearken unto the observers of times, and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Lord thy God has not suffered thee so to do. The Lord thy God raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that desiredest of the Lord thy God, in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see his great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass, that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But if the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. And that is the end of Deuteronomy chapter 18. As a summary of Deuteronomy chapter 18, we have the portion of the Levites. And again, the Levites don't have an inheritance. They were to live off the tithes of the people. And if a Levite came from another tribe into the gates of, another tribe's land, they were supposed to bring him in and feed him and all that stuff, and in turn, the Levite was to minister unto them. And then we get into the abominations of the nations around them, that they weren't to partake of any of that stuff, right? Of necromancy, consultative spirits and stuff like that, right? And they weren't, you know, to have anyone found among them with, practicing that stuff. After Moses talks about, the abominations and not to do them, he talks about a prophet that God is going to raise up amongst the brethren, right? Amongst Israel. And that he's going to command them what to say, and he's going to get his words straight from God, right? Which we know as Jesus, the Messiah, right? Is who he's talking about here. And we are to hearken unto his words, right? Which what I call, and many, I should say, call the doctrine of Jesus Christ, which is his words and what he says, right? And that's what they're talking about here, that his words we need to adhere to hearken to. But the prophet that presumes to speak in God's name, and God did not command him to speak, basically it's the end of the road for the guy, right? So if you're not speaking the truth in the words of Jesus and hearkening unto his words, yeah, it's not going to look so good, you know? This is why we need to know the truth and learn that Jesus is the teacher, right? Anyone that brings the gospel should point to his words, right? And his, what he says, basically. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for listening, and you guys have a wonderful day.